Hi guys, I am the Ranting Weasel, and welcome to my channel. Just wanted to let you guys know right up front that there probably will be foul language. So if that bothers you, I'm sorry. Not really, but you know, it's nice to be nice. I honestly really don't know what I will be ranting about. Probably sports, video games, Android phones, who knows? Be all kinds of things. The state of the world, politics. Try and keep it light on the politics because, it's not a great environment for that right now in our country. So, let's kind of get started with that, I suppose. Not a huge Trump fan. I hate to say it, but I'm not. I really don't, but, just kind of, wow, took me by complete surprise that kind of a campaign would be successful in this day and age. I've been to a couple of presidential elections now, and normally, they run on the issues and they lay out their policies and their plans and what they're planning on doing. So the fact that President-elect Trump really didn't lay out any policies, really didn't talk about any issues in a meaningful way, really, really surprised me that he won the Electoral College as of right now. Personally, I was in favor of Bernie. That could be because I'm poor. It could also be because, I believe in equality. Nobody's better than anybody else. You might be better at something than I am or somebody else is, but I don't believe you're a better person than I am. Whether you go to church every Sunday or 3-4 times a week, or pray 3 times a day, go to the mosque every week, go to temple, whatever it is you do, doesn't make you a better person. And just really a little bit scared, honestly, by the tone of President-elect Trump, especially since the election, because just wow. The planet's getting warmer. I'm 31 years old, and I can tell you that I grew up in Ohio, but I live in Texas now. But it's still gotten warmer. Even warm winters up in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, where I'm from, have gotten much warmer. As a kid, it wasn't unusual to have snow from November through February. Maybe not total coverage that whole period, but mostly coverage, most of that period. 10, 20 degrees was normal on a winter day. But now, they're lucky if they get below freezing. So, I don't know. It's also kind of, we're supposed to be the home of the free, land of the brave. But nobody was brave enough to really stand up to the hatred and everything else in our president-elect's message. It's just crazy, really. But obviously, I live in Texas, which is a red state, which obviously voted for Trump. My manager and boss, I'm sure, both voted for Trump. Mostly because my manager told me, but it is what it is, Not that I'm saying anything bad about Republicans or Democrats or independents or anything like that. I mean, I'm mostly independent, but I agree a lot with what the Democratic platform has done with progressiveness and moving forward socially. But this just, very small man complex, and that's kind of what I see it as. Is he uses Twitter to bypass the media, lash out at people that he doesn't like or doesn't agree with, which that's not really America so much, you know? That's why we have things like freedom of speech, is so that we can express our feelings and our opinions and not worry about getting locked up in jail for them, you know? I say the other thing about President-elect Trump is I'm going to jail Hillary, which he has walked back on. Honestly, I think that that kind of politicking belongs in, 1930s Germany or Italy, Stalin-era Soviet Union. It's just no place for it in this day and age, and not in this country. We're supposed to be the greatest country on earth, and we have a complete and total jackass running our country, or about to be running our country. So obviously there's nothing I can do about it now. I mean, the votes are in, everything's been done. Yeah, there are recount efforts going on, but I honestly don't think that it's going to change the end result. Usually recounts only help if there's a margin of a couple hundred votes, maybe 1,000, but we're talking margins of around 15 to 20,000 that they're trying to get recounted. Say it might swing it a little bit, but it's not going to swing it enough to change the electoral count. So, what else? Anyhow, I was just kind of a small... Here's another issue that I'm having. Marijuana legalization. I am 110% for it. It's a wonder plant. And I say plant, not a drug, because I believe that drugs are things you refine from nature and plants and synthetically make. Marijuana isn't synthetic at all. It grows. It's a weed, which is why they call it weed. It will grow pretty much anywhere. It's been used throughout history for medical purposes, recreational purposes. Personally, you might want to go home and drink a beer after work. I'd rather go sit down, smoke a joint after work, and relax and watch some TV and, eat my supper and take a nap, go to sleep for the night. But a lot of people out there see potheads as a bad influence. Well, I've never heard of a pothead robbing somebody because they couldn't afford a bag of weed. I've heard of people who did pot along with other drugs robbing people, but never somebody who just smoked pot, or cannabis, I should say. Mostly people who smoke cannabis, we wait till payday, we go pick up our supply, and when it runs out, it's out. It is what it is. We call up our friends, see if they got any they're willing to share or whatever, but there's no violence, there's no negativity associated with it. It's a very social experience. I believe it brings communities together, actually, because of the shared experience. It's a social lubricant, shall we say. And like I said, that's not even the medicinal purposes. It cures cancer, kills cancer cells, helps people with chemotherapy, get their appetites up and whatnot. Just cures glaucoma. It's such a useful plant, and yet it's scheduled as a Schedule 1 drug, which is no known medicinal value. Okay. All research aside, that's fine. But if it has no medicinal value, why does the government have a patent on it for glaucoma treatment? Look it up. It's true. I swear to God. They have patented it for glaucoma treatment. And yet they still say that it has no medicinal value whatsoever. I kind of find that hard to believe. How are you going to patent something and say it does one thing and then classify it as something completely different? It just doesn't make very much sense to me. But there's a lot in this world that doesn't make sense to me. But anyhow, thanks for watching. This has been the Ranting Weasel. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like. If you really liked it, please subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great day. Take it easy.